Hi, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how I did my Alphaba dorm room. It's Wicked themed. So just follow along and I'm going to show you how I did some of the key points in the room. Okay, so I'm going to start off by showing you how I did the back wall and the sides. All of this is made from foam board, the side walls and the floor. The foam board that I started out with was size 20 by 30, and I had a lot of scrap pieces, so if I'm being honest, I don't remember if this was all from one piece or if I used scrap pieces, but I will give you all the exact measurements if you wanted the size of mine. So for the size that I wanted to make sure that this was a little bit bigger than the size I usually make because I was making a place for 2 dolls. So I chose to make this back wall 20 by 13. So it's 20 inches across and it's 13 inches deep. For the side walls, they are 13 by 13. So they're 13 feet across. I'm sorry, not feet. 13 inches across and 13 inches deep. So that was the size that I want. So again, it was 20 by 13 for the back wall and 13 by 13 for the sides. For the bottom, the floor, you're going to make that the same size as your back wall, which was 20 by 13. So for my background wallpaper, I have several of these books. They are used for scrapbooking, and they give you a variety of different backgrounds. All the pages are double-sided, so it's a little hard to flip this way. I'm trying to let you see. And then there's some pages that I brought for flooring and things like that. But I just basically picked what I thought would look nice in the room. So what I did was, I'm going to put this down, guys. I chose two sheets, and all I did was just overlap them like that so that they would cover the whole space, because one wouldn't have been enough to cover the back wall. So just overlap it until it's the size that you need. I just use regular glue sticks for that, and that was how I made my wallpaper. So the next thing I worked on was the decor for the walls, which I wanted this to be all Wicked related posters. So I will show you how I created the Wicked posters. On Amazon, they have this thing called Kodak Step. Of course, I picked the one that is the Barbie one. You connect it to your phone via Bluetooth. Once I pick the photo and then hit the print button, then you'll see it print out, and the pictures are already self-adhesive stickers. So it makes it very easy. Okay, so once this prints, once you peel the back off, it's the perfect size for Barbie stickers. For Barbie posters. It's not just for Barbie houses. You can use it for anything, but this is what I use to make the posters. Next, I'm going to talk about the girls' dresser sets that I made. So these are actually little cheap jewelry boxes from the Dollar Tree, $1.25. Very pretty. They had a lot of different patterns. I brought quite a few of these. Neon green paint, and painted them the color that I want, and that was that. Easy peasy. Lastly, a couple details before I show you how I made the TV. This is just a printout on regular glossy paper, an image that I wanted for the house. This is a couch that I took from my Barbie house, and I made these two stuffed pillows with my sewing machine. I also made all of the bedding and pillowcases with my sewing machine. And the beds are from the same material as the walls, the poster board. I'm not going to do a step-by-step for the beds. It was a lot of work, but if you want to know how to do it, you can inbox me. But I am going to show you how I made the TV. So that's going to be my final little tidbit for the video. So I'm going to show you how I made the Sony television. What I did was I took a screenshot on my phone of my Netflix page. and I printed it large size on glossy paper on my main printer. So what we're gonna do now is just kind of cut out, this is the rest of it from what I didn't use for the Wicked House. So I'm just gonna cut that out. I'm gonna decide how big I want my television. So basically, let's just say I want my television, for the sake of this video, to be smaller than the one in the house. You know, they don't have the same budget, so they're gonna get a smaller TV. Okay. So the first thing I did was I traced it. Of course, this pen is not gonna work. So I can get a general idea of the size. And then what I did, and I just did this freehand because I don't really care about perfection, but if you want to measure it, I went in and just gave it a little space like this and made a smaller box for the inset. Using my X-Acto knife, I'm going to try to get this exact. It probably won't because it never is exact with me. But I'll see if I can. I'm trying to also do this kind of fast so you can not be here all day. Sometimes you have to go over it just to make sure you got all the sections. And remember, I am doing this a lot faster and a lot sloppier for the sake of this video. Okay, so once I have that, I want to do the same thing on the inner box. Okay, so it's great if you have a cutting board underneath, so you're not damaging your table. So I'm basically doing the exact same thing on the other line. Sloppy and not necessarily on the line, just for the sake of showing you. And the same thing, punch this one out. This side is being the butt. Hold on. Let's get this. Ooh, I almost took my finger off. Okay. And then I put some glue around the back. And that was my TV. And then what I did is I printed out some video game or something that said Sony, just so I can cut out the word Sony. And oh, and you know what, for these guys, I also glued a back on it like that. So the square that I cut out of here, I put on the back so it looked more like a, you know, like it has a base to the back or something. And then I glued it up there. And as far as the rest, these were just dollar store mirrors. You know, stuff in my craft thing that I stuck all around here. This window, really fast, I used the X-Acto knife, measured around here. It's not perfect, as you can see. And stuck this dollar store window in there, just kind of crushed it in there. And now on the back side, I kind of duct taped it in place and put a background behind it. And that was pretty much the room. So I hope that gave you at least some starting points and answer maybe some of your questions. And all of these were done by a sewing machine. I folded this down to give it the fold over effect. And this mattress is just a thicker piece of the foam board. And I just cut, measured, and glued. Hot glue gun. Hot glue gun for all the walls to stick together. It's a pain in the butt. And then I reinforced all four sides with tape. And that is my Wicked dorm room. Thank you for tuning in for my quick tutorial. Thank you.